Hey guys, what is up? Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel as always. For those of you who are new here, my name is Daniel Akinpelu, aka IO from iosoundstudio.com, and my goal is to impact the world with music and to inspire and teach others to do the very same thing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the idea of quality over quantity and why that is actually wrong. So as I'm sure most of you guys have heard, it's very popular to put quality over quantity, but I want to tell you guys that that is no longer the case, and here's why. Every single algorithm-based platform that we use, which is all of them, requires and prioritizes regularity rather than just high-quality content. Yes, your stuff still has to meet a threshold of quality before it can be pushed to brands, so there are actually quite a few benefits to this, and one of those that I've talked about in a previous video is the fact that posting often, posting more frequent content will allow you to gain an audience a lot faster than if you were to post content more sporadically or you don't follow a specific schedule and you kind of just upload whenever you feel like it. And also, because you're being forced and pushed to create content more frequently, it forces you to get into the habit of doing it. And that way, it's a lot easier to stick to that routine. It's easier to build that habit and it's easier for it to be sustainable. Now, the frequency in which you have to post per platform differs a little bit here and there, and it changes pretty often as well. For TikTok, it used to be posting once every single day, but they've kind of upped that regimen to at least 3 to 5 posts a day for you to start getting a lot of growth and a lot more audience engagement. And I think that's kind of ridiculous because you basically have to be obsessed with the platform. And yes, you can still get lucky and make one viral video, but for the most part, you have to be posting very, very regularly or else it's not going to end up on the For You page. With Instagram's regular posts, it's still very highly advised to post a picture every single day, which is so freaking much, and I don't understand how people can do it. But if you look at people like celebrities like Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, people like that, they post regular posts every single day. And it's not really them posting it, obviously, like it's their management and their team, but they constantly post every single day because they understand the importance of engaging their audience regularly and growing that platform. With Instagram stories, it's similar to TikTok. Instagram stories are currently being pushed a lot more than TikTok videos because they're trying to compete with TikTok, of course, but it's still highly advised that you post 3 to 5 times a day, even on Instagram stories. However, you will probably find more success if you post only 1 to 3 times a day on Instagram stories because they're trying to outcompete TikTok. On YouTube, it's kind of an interesting game. I think for the longest time, the advised amount of posting has been 1 to 2, maybe 3 posts a week, but there are also daily vloggers who have reached massive audiences. For example, Casey Neistat, he's a really big one. I think Chris Howe was doing daily vlogs for a while. I don't know if Peter McKinnon ever did, but there are a lot of big names who did do daily posts for a long time. But people like David Dobrik, who used to post 3 videos a week, freaking exploded. And now he's back to doing just 1 post every week. So it seems like on YouTube, the most common posting schedule is once every single week, and I think that's probably very manageable and also sustainable for a lot of you guys. Now, I just want to be completely honest with you guys. If you guys desire to have a career in social media, if you guys are trying to build up a platform, a brand, a company through social media mediums, you have to be able to produce mass amounts of content, or else your career is simply not going to get going anywhere. Content creation is the coal in the locomotive. It is the gas in the engine, and it's the thing that keeps you moving forward. If you stop creating regular content, you're going to lose engagement, you're going to lose your audience, and your company is not going to continue to grow. You're going to stagnate and you're not going to continue to progress. Social media is extremely hard because you really have to want it. You really have to stay self-motivated and you have to stay consistent. Even on this channel, me posting regularly has been a challenging thing to do because there are other things going on in my life regularly. But those people who reach success are able to be very consistent and very disciplined and stick with it. And it's really hard, and trust me, I empathize with you guys a lot, but I'm even trying to make it more of a priority in my life as well. Social media is literally a machine and you have to match its pace. It's honestly a game that you have to learn to play. And if you don't learn the rules to play by, then you're not going to get anywhere. Now, obviously with this consistent kind of work, this consistent drive, this regular uploading, this constant content creation, it gets exhausting. It gets really exhausting. So burnout is a very real thing, and you guys have to be extremely mindful about that as well. If you want to make a career in social media, if you want to make a career in even entrepreneurship and things like that, you have to be mindful about burnout, and you have to figure out how to sustain what you're trying to reach, but also not at the expense of burning yourself out and wearing yourself too thin. I have personally reached burnout even now in my job. I currently work at a church as a mixing engineer and a producer, and I'm also an artist and a freelance producer on the side outside of work. So literally from 8:30 a.m. to about like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock some nights, it's just been music mixing, producing, and it gets really exhausting. And there have been times where I've just completely burned out and had no motivation to do it at all, even at work. And it's crazy because music is my passion. So coming home and not being motivated or inspired at all to work on music was really, really hard and honestly really depressing. And it put me in a weird mental spot that I have never been in and I really, really don't like. So I really, really highly advise you guys to figure out what that balance is, what that balance looks like for you, so that you can do both things, that you can consistently post and engage in your audience and grow your platforms, but without going into that mental funk, without losing that drive and that momentum. My advice to you guys is to niche down. I think that's probably the smartest thing that really anybody can do. Stick to one platform, make that your primary platform and medium of content creation and content publishing. Stick to that, grow your audience from there, and after you've reached a sustainable audience, a good sized audience that's loyal, that loves you, that enjoys your brand, and that you've connected with, from there, then you can slowly start to move into other social media platforms. So, for example, if you enjoy videos, if you enjoy making really good videos, then I'd suggest sticking with YouTube. And then after you have a solid following there, then you can start moving over to Instagram and TikTok with shorter form content. If you're someone who really enjoys photography, for example, portrait, wedding, whatever kind of photography, then I'd suggest sticking with Instagram. And after you start growing a following on Instagram, which is a little bit harder to do nowadays, but after you start growing your following on Instagram, then you can move to like Instagram Reels and TikTok, and then maybe even eventually you can get into the YouTube game. If you love streaming, then I'd suggest sticking with Twitch. If you just love gaming and having fun, stick with Twitch. Grow your audience there. Twitch is freaking popping right now, and it blew up a lot over quarantine since everybody was locked in the house. So if you're a streamer, don't try to do YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, freaking Reels, everything at once. Just stick to just Twitch. And honestly, a lot of the times you can even take your streams from Twitch and then upload them to YouTube. A lot of people do that, and I think that's a really good idea. But I'd suggest just sticking to one platform and growing a good audience there and then moving to other things. That'll help you chill. It'll take a lot of the pressure off of you. And trying to manage a handful, 5, 6 different platforms at once is honestly almost impossible. And also, a lot of people who do that either have a team backing behind them, or they kind of have found some sort of way to automate the content that they're posting. So for example, people get apps that upload regularly to Instagram stories and upload regular Instagram posts so that they have time to dedicate to other stuff. Okay. I'm good. So all of that to say, if you guys are serious about finding success on any social media platform, if you're trying to take social media and make that into an income generating revenue stream, if you want to make that your actual source of income, then you guys have to niche down on something. You can't take it all on at once. Oh, my nose is itching. And by niching down, that'll help you to make a large quantity of content without sacrificing the quality that you have to put into it. That way you can make regular videos and you can be proud of most of them. I'm not saying you're going to be proud of every single thing that you make, because sometimes you have to make that sacrifice to stay consistent, but it'll allow you a higher chance and a higher likelihood of putting out a lot of content, which you will have to do if you're trying to make this into a career without sacrificing the quality of the stuff that you're making. I think that sentence made sense, but it might not have, and that's fine. All of that to say, if you guys really want to make it in this, you have to pick a lane and you have to stick to it, and you have to put as much effort as you possibly can into making as much content as possible without burning yourself out and without sacrificing the quality of your work as best as you can. So with that, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel as always. This video is a little bit shorter. It's kind of more short form talking head content. It's really easy to make, and like I said, this is also even part of niching down. Instead of super long-winded videos, I've been kind of shortening them so they're more sustainable, and I really enjoy them. I think they're really fun. It kind of just helps me to rant a little bit and share with you guys some of the things that I've learned. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe, please make sure to like this video, and feel free to share it with somebody else who's trying to make an actual career out of content creation on social media platforms. If you guys haven't already checked out my music, it's linked down below. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. And also, if you guys don't know, I'm an independent artist and a producer, and I have a Patreon page linked in the bio as well, and there I'm trying to post as much content as I can reasonably about what my creative process looks like off of YouTube. There I post things that I don't post on YouTube, and if you guys want to get a little bit of behind the scenes, you can check it out there. So thank you so much for stopping by as always, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video. See ya. Also, don't go anywhere. These glasses are blue light glasses, and they're really great. I highly recommend them to everybody watching if you don't have them already, and if your job in some form or fashion revolves around you staring at a screen. I'm a music producer, so I literally stare at a screen for a freaking career. If you guys are similar, like photo editors, video editors, anything like that, I highly recommend checking these guys out. They're from Life Alert. Life Alert? I think they're called Life Alert. Let me check. I feel like they're not called Life Alert. Don't go anywhere. Stay. These guys are made by Life Art, not Life Alert. My freaking bad. And they're really great quality. They're made out of really solid plastic, and they help reduce the fatigue that you're feeling after staring at a screen for hours. And also, like, if you're staring at a screen and it's nighttime, these help get rid of a lot of blue light coming through that keeps you up at night. So it's personally helped me reduce my insomnia a lot, and it's helped me kind of just like not get freaking headaches anytime I'm staring at a screen for 10 hours a day, which is a pretty regular thing in the life of Daniel Akinpelli. So if you guys are anything similar to me in that you look at screens a lot, then I recommend checking these guys out. These guys I think I got for like $10, $15, and I highly recommend them. There's a link in my bio as well, and if you purchase these glasses through that link, I will get a very small percentage, and it would help me out as well. So if you guys want to support me out in another way, that would be an awesome way to do it. So with that, again, I will see you guys next week with a new video. See ya.